Hello everyone, welcome back to the mini tea point. Today we are going to discuss about Java object. An object is a basic unit for the object-oriented programming which represents real-life entity. So if you take everything in the real world, it's an object. Phone is an object, laptop is an object, keyboard, mouse, microphone, headphones, everything is an object. So what object contains? Object contains the state and the behavior. So let's take an example for the keyboard. What, what properties does the keyboard contain? It has its own band, it has number of keys, it has layout, and it can be wired or wireless. And what it can perform? So we can press key, we can connect, disconnect, and also we can change the layout. And these are some of the behavior that we can do with the keyboard. So I'll give one more example to better understand what is class and what is object. So if you want to construct a house, we can directly go to the builder, but builder cannot understand without the specification. In order to get the specification, we need to meet the architect. So architect can prepare the specification, how the house should look. So based on those specifications, the builder can construct the house. So in this example, the architect is nothing but a class. Class is a blueprint or a template, as we know. So it's a specification. We just need to pass it to the JVM. So like here builder is a object. So based on the specification provided by the architect, we create the object. So the object creation is dealt by the JVM. We can talk this in the upcoming videos. So now let's move on to the practical. So yesterday we already gone through how we can create and what's the syntax for the class. So in order to create the class, we need to use class keyword and then the class name. Here I'm going to use keyboard. So, and one more thing, every class should start with the capital letter. And then we need to open curly brace. And how we define the properties. So we can define the properties as a variables. So it contains the data type, and the variable name. So we can talk about the data types in the upcoming videos. So for now, the brand is of type string. String is nothing but a group of characters. String brand, and it has its own layout. We can also define the layout. So we can like use, if it is the same data type, we can use comma separated, but for good practice we shouldn't use comma separated. We just need to end the statement and we just need to use the another statement for different variables. And then we have number of keys. So number of keys is of type number. So the number in Java we call it as integer. Int count. And I'm using a boolean which is true or false for whether it is wireless keyboard or like wired keyboard. In order to specify that, we will use the boolean. One more thing, like every variable name should start with small letter, and every, like in order to separate between two words, the next word should start with the capital letter. And now we completed creating the state properties, and we need to create the behavior. So in order to create the behavior, we need to create a method. Method contains access specifier and the return type and the method name, parenthesis, and the argument list, and it has curly braces and it contains the return statement. So this is the syntax for creating a method. So now let's see what keyboard can do. Keyboard can connect. So in order to define that, the access specifier I'm using is public. We can discuss the access specifiers. There are 4 access specifiers: public, private, protected, and default. We can discuss that in the upcoming videos. Public, and I'm going to take return type as string and the method name as connected, and I'm not going to pass any arguments. And then we need to open the curly brace, and every method can only return one value. Return capture. Similarly, I'm going to write a method for disconnect. I'm going to use public access specifier and return type of string, and method name is disconnect, and I'm not going to pass any arguments. I'm going to open curly brace, and I'm returning the string says disconnected. So this is the specification. So how we gonna create an object? So in order to create an object, we need to create a variable for the object. Sorry, we need to create an object for class. So Java program starts execution from the main method. So I'm going to create object inside the main method. So keyboard, and I'm giving the variable name bg1. In order to, like, we have created the object, this is the object creation, but we haven't initialized the object. In order to initialize the object, we need to use new keyword. We can do it in 2 ways. We can do in 2 ways, like we can initialize and also declare the object in one statement, or like we can separate the statements. I'll show both the ways. The first way, I'm going to use 2 different statements. One equals to new keyboard. This is one way of initializing the object. The other way is keyboard. So this is the other way, where we are creating the object and initializing the object in the one statement. Here we are first creating the object variable and then we are initializing it. So both the statements are correct, but we are just separating those. But you can prefer whatever you want to choose. And if you want to access the behavior, we use a dot operator. So I'm using system.out.println, and then we need to use dot operator in order to access the behavior. So I'm just using connect, and similarly I'm doing it for the object as well. So now let's see, I'm executing it. So you can see we got two statements. It's connected and disconnected. Yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you all. We'll see you in the next video.